to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what it's like to be a paperless student in college. I get so many questions about what iPad I use or just what softwares I use, just how it works being a paperless student altogether. First, I want to talk about how I take notes on my iPad, then I want to talk about some of the accessories that I would recommend if you are considering becoming a full-blown paperless student, and third, I just want to talk about some of the benefits of being a paperless student. So I am using a 9.7-inch iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil, and my Apple Pencil has this cute little case on it that kind of helps me grip it a little bit better. This is the oldest version of the iPad Pro. They don't even make this size anymore. I know that all of the new iPads actually have wireless charging for their Apple Pencils, and they're just a little bit of a different shape, and they're so nice, and I really want one, but I'm trying to be responsible and not impulsively buy a new iPad, but this is what I'm using right now. For those of you that do not know, I am Rebecca. I go to UTSA. I am a junior there, and I'm studying cybersecurity, so 2 years left. At the moment, I'm taking a couple of programming classes and a lot of my business basics because at UTSA, cybersecurity is in the School of Business. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump in and show you guys some of the softwares that I use to take notes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my screen recording and jump to this, but there are two apps that I mainly use. There is GoodNotes, and then there's also Notability. I was with GoodNotes for a really long time and I really enjoy their note-taking software, but I think I like Notability better. So this is GoodNotes 4. GoodNotes 5 is available. I did see that on their Instagram. I haven't updated yet. But when you open up GoodNotes, you can see all of the journals that I have created for all of my classes. These are the 5 classes that I'm taking this semester. There's categories, that way you can break things down even further. I actually recently just exported all of my old notebooks to my Mac, and that's why there isn't that much on this list. I normally have all of my semesters and just everything going on in here, but I like to clear out my iPad every now and then just to free up some space and, I don't know, just kind of reset my workspace. But this is spring 2019, and I'm just going to open up my communications journal. This is kind of what it looks like. These are some notes that I took in class a couple days ago. In GoodNotes, there is a plus button with a circle that allows you to add an image, text box, so you can bookmark a page, insert an image. This icon that has different shapes will let you draw perfect shapes even if you're not good at drawing them. So I really did like that about this app, and I'm sure Notability has some type of equivalent. This was one of my favorite features, and I haven't found it in Notability just yet, but it is one of the reasons why I actually considered going back to GoodNotes. But it's kind of like an auto-advanced feature, but basically I could write, hello, my name is Rebecca, and you can kind of see that it's highlighted the left-hand side of my screen blue. So now if I begin to write in this blue area, it would auto advance and just kind of move the page over. That way you don't have to manually go in and like zoom into a different part of the page. It would just move right along for you, which is great, especially if you don't have one of the really big iPads. Moving along from there, the next couple of icons, there is just the pen option, and there's tons of different colors you can choose. The next one is the highlighter, same thing, tons of colors. There is an eraser, a lasso tool to where you can grab something and move it around, and then I'm not sure what this is called, but basically this just means that the pen isn't writing, you're just using it to swipe through the pages. There's 3 dots in the corner that let you export your notes into a PDF, which is really nice because sometimes I do like to print my notes out. It's rare that I actually do that, but it's nice to have that option. Jumping over to Notability, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. When you first open up Notability, this is pretty much what you see. One thing that I really like about Notability is that it gives you a little bit more freedom and flexibility when it comes to organizing your classes. So I've only added 2 of my classes so far, but there's speech and accounting, and I'm going to open up my accounting notes because I just have way more in there right now. For example, these are some of the notes that I took while reading, and right away you can see it's just very different. When you're writing on Notability, it's just a lot more fluid when you're writing on Notability. and it kind of has the brush pen effect, and I know you can change it too, but basically when you apply a little bit more pressure on the screen, you'll notice that in your handwriting. Just to do a quick tour of what Notability looks like, again, there is a text option. If I tap that, it will let me start to type on my iPad, which is another really nice thing that you don't have to put it in a text box separately. There is the pen option, and this is one thing that I love about Notability. I love having all of the colors in the world. Before I became a full-on paperless student, I would have all of the highlighters, all of the pens, and Notability will actually let you pick your own colors. So if I hit this plus button, it'll just bring me to not a color wheel, but just a place where you can really customize exactly which color you're looking for, and then you can save it. Next thing is the highlighter, and again, same thing with that. There's eraser, again, lasso tool, and then just, again, I don't know what this is called, but it just means that the pen is not responding, it's not writing, you're just using it to scroll. Another big thing that a lot of people like about Notability is this little microphone up here in the corner. You can actually record your lecture while you're taking your notes. I personally don't do that because I know that I will never go back and listen to a lecture, but it's an option and it's really cool that they have it. You can see all of your pages on the side, you can bookmark them, you can add more, you can export. Again, tons of options with Notability. This plus button actually lets you do the figures, you can add sticky notes, and then they have a spot where it actually helps you draw diagrams, which I really like. If you are some type of a STEM major or in the sciences, I know that's probably something that you will do often. A little bit further down, I actually inserted a whole bunch of PDFs, and it's really funny. During my lecture, I was just trying all of these plants because I was getting distracted. But I really like that you can just import your notes and write all over them and draw all over them. I know how important it is to actually write things down instead of type them, so that's one reason why I love having an iPad. When you do decide to go completely paperless, there are a couple of things that I would recommend. Of course, Apple Pencil, it's an obvious need. There's honestly no point in getting an iPad if you don't get the Apple Pencil because it's just such a big part of it. I would definitely recommend going on Amazon and checking out all of the Apple Pencil accessories. Again, I have one. It's just a little casing and it actually holds the top. There is a lid, and this is how you charge the Apple Pencil, but it holds it together, that way you don't lose the cap for your pencil. Another thing I have is this Mophie external battery. One thing that I really like about this wireless charger is that this little cable is included with it, and it has a lightning cable, and then you can actually take this off and there's a micro USB right underneath it. Another accessory, or more so software, that you can get for your iPad is a digital planner. This is one place where I'm still kind of going back and forth. I do still have a physical paper planner because that's one spot where I still enjoy writing on paper, but they do make tons of great digital planners on Etsy. So my digital planner is currently in GoodNotes, and it's under my category called Adulting. I'm going to show you guys a couple of months from a long time ago because I honestly haven't used this digital planner in a while. But it's really cool because you can still flip through the pages. All of the tabs are interactive, so if you tap on one of them, it will take you to a different area. And there you go, you guys can kind of see how I wrote everything out. I was writing out all of my homework, and again, I love drawing on just about everything, so this was always a great option for me. The last thing I want to talk about is some of the benefits to becoming an all paperless student. And the first thing is just going to be the weight of your backpack. It is so much easier to carry around all of your things and walk around campus when all you have is your laptop and an iPad. Another thing is my notes are always backed up. If you are using Apple products, you can back it up to iCloud, or if you don't want to use iCloud, you can also just send them to a laptop and save them as a PDF. That way, even if you lose your iPad, it breaks or anything like that, you'll always have a copy and you'll know that your notes are saved. Another thing that I really like, because I do use Apple everything, is that AirDrop exists. I can always just send documents back and forth between devices. The Files app is really great because it just syncs everything together. I can see everything that's on my desktop from my iPad. And the very last thing is just the price of textbooks. This isn't always true. I've definitely came across some situations situations where the Kindle or just the online textbook is more expensive, but a lot of times having an ebook is a lot cheaper than buying the physical textbook, and you can press Control F. You all have no idea how nice it is to be able to just search for keywords in your textbook. I can't even tell you how many times I think it's saved my life. That's about all. I know this is kind of a really brief rundown. If you want any more in-depth explanations on how I am a paperless student and just how I go about doing all of my school things, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to do more. I love my iPad, I love technology, and I really want to do more technology related videos, so this is just my first one. Trying it out, trying to figure out a good format for me. I look forward to seeing you guys again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!